Alright, so am I the only one who noticed that Mera in this movie kind of looked like live-action Ariel from The Little Mermaid? I don't know, maybe it's just the hair. So I saw Aquaman about a couple days after it originally came out. So Aquaman takes place about right after Justice League. Basically, I think you know the story. His father was a lighthouse keeper, his mother was the Queen of Atlantis, they had a romance, they had a baby, which was him. And he's a half-breed, but he's also the rightful king. But he has to go up against his brother Orm, also known as Ocean Master. Yes, I'm aware how silly that name sounds. And the appearance of one of my favorite characters in the movie, Black Manta. So let's go with the pros of this movie. This movie is visually mind-blowingly gorgeous. I mean, oh my god, the use of blues and greens, the light colors, the way that the corals and the jellyfish light up as if they're the light bulbs of Atlantis. Atlantis looks great in this movie. That's probably where most of the budget went, was for Atlantis. There was some CGI in this movie that was a little iffy, but most of the time the CGI looked great. I mean, looked really good. So that's something that a lot of people have been saying that I agree with, that this movie is visually stunning. James Wan, you did a fantastic job directing this movie, man. I want to see you do more action movies in the future and do the sequel to Aquaman. You do the sequel to Aquaman. And Jason Momoa, he is great as Aquaman. This dude's having the time of his life. He's a bro, you know? He's really blue collar in the sense that his dad is a lighthouse keeper, so he kind of grew up working by the ocean and probably assisting his dad doing a lot of dock work. And like Jason Momoa has said in an interview, this is the hero that you could grab a beer with. Jason Momoa, I want to party with you, man. Ever heard she was actually really good in this movie as Mera. She seems very regal and very strong and confident, but at the same time, she is ignorant of the surface world. She sees them as assholes. She doesn't like them. She thinks that we're uncivilized. But then when she and Arthur are going on their journey to, get the trident, they come up to Italy and she starts to see the good in humanity and see how everyone in Sicily, specifically Sicily, was acting, how they were nice and friendly. It was so humble, this little village, and for some reason, I feel like Aquaman is the only one who could actually speak Italian, because Amber Heard was just saying, yes, thank you, and I thought, yeah, that little girl totally understood what you were saying. And let's talk about her wig, because I'm sure a lot of people saw it as fake. Honestly, it's a comic book movie. She's supposed to be from the bottom of the ocean. If it came off as Ariel from The Little Mermaid at all, I don't think they were trying to do that, because Mera's hair is that color in the comics. But this is a movie about a guy who can talk to fish. Let's not take this super seriously, people. Patrick Wilson was really good as Orm, also known as Ocean Master. Again, I'm aware how silly that name sounds. The way he carries himself, he acts like someone who was raised as a prince, who was raised as royalty. He was raised to be a king. And honestly, his motivations for wanting to have a war with the surface world, while I do agree that's a bad idea, because it'd be bad for everybody, I see where he's coming from. You know, with the whole surface dwellers are polluting the ocean, the time has come for Atlantis to rise. I find it kind of cool that his hair is, all blonde and slicked back, and Aquaman is, well, not. So it's kind of like, Jason Momoa is new Aquaman, Patrick Wilson is pretty much classic comic book Aquaman, so it's new Aquaman going up against old Aquaman. Yeah, guess who wins? But one of my favorite parts of the movie, and he's not in this movie very much, but he's in it enough to make me want to see more of him, is Black Manta. I freaking love Black Manta. The suit he has, the helmet, as goofy as it looks, but it shoots those optic beams. I was literally like, it is about as comic accurate as it's gonna get for Black Manta's uniform. Yeah, and the voice he has, his motivations, how it's basically the comic books where he doesn't care about money as long as he can kill Aquaman. For those of you who don't know, Black Manta and Aquaman have a big Ahab and Moby Dick kind of relationship, except the white whale is Aquaman. He's not in the movie long. He's not in the movie very much. He's kind of there to set up that He exists in this world, and he'll be back. Because the producer did spoil this before the movie even came out, that they plan on using Black Manta in future movies. Oh, that's kind of a spoiler. You just let everybody know that he does not die in the movie. And I gotta touch on this. The action scenes in this movie are so freaking cool. Oh my god. I love the action in this movie. It never got dull either. It always kept me interested, and when I felt like I was dozing off a little bit, boom, action sequence. It was so cool. The chase scene in Italy, the fights underwater, especially that last fight underwater. But if you watch the movie and listen really carefully at this one scene, and you'll hear it. All that into account with the visuals, the direction, the characters, the overall story. There was a lot in this story, but I didn't find it hard to follow. Personally, I found this movie to be fun. I didn't go in taking it super seriously. I just had fun with this movie. It's a swashbuckling movie that kind of feels like it should be a summer movie, but instead it was in December. I had a blast. I'd definitely go see this movie again. So that's what I'm going to say to everybody going into this movie. Do not take this super seriously, because a lot of people have been taking it seriously, and I think to myself, this is a movie about a guy who can talk to fish, and they make it cool. They make him look cool. They make him look like a badass. The only way to make him look like a badass is to have Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones play him. So yeah, go into this movie expecting a fun swashbuckling movie. Don't go in expecting Game of Thrones Atlantis. Yeah, all that into account, I'm going to give this movie a solid 8 out of 10 stars. It's a fun movie. I recommend you go see it. Again, do not take it super seriously, because it's not meant to be taken seriously. So just have fun with it. I think you'll enjoy it. So there's my review of Aquaman. I hope everybody enjoyed this. Leave a comment down below, like this video. You can share it if you want. Also in the description are links to my Twitter and Instagram pages. Go ahead and check those out. And I want to give a special shout out to a YouTube channel that has been supporting me for a long time. The girls at Embracing Normality, Allie and Lila, thank you. Your support to this channel means the world to me. Everybody go check out their channel. Their name is Embracing Normality. They do reactions to Disney and comic book related things. Occasional Walking Dead. Everybody go check them out too. Tell them I sent you. Other than that, Happy New Year everybody. Peace be with you all. Have a nice day and I'll see you next time. All hail the King of Atlantis!